Hmm? Oh, are we live? What the heck? Oh, we are. Gosh, sorry, StreamYard was popping up all kinds of weird notices. I didn't even know. Hello, hey, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Daniel Aaron with you. And this, such an important piece. And it's one that is really personal to me. Came up with a client today, and here it is. It is a razor's edge to have true power. And I don't mean power over others. I mean the real power, as Lao Tzu, power over ourselves from self-understanding, to be able to create. In order to be able to create what we want in our lives requires that we see what we've already created, right? To take the responsibility to say everything, right? Our financial situation, the relationships, the person that said or did this, quote, to me, right? The state of my home, the state of my body, all of that is my creation. Now, that's not to say that there are not other factors. There are other factors. However, and our responsibility is our part. And we're always playing a part, at the very least, in our perceptions, in our attitudes, of course, in our words and our behaviors, most of all, in our being, our identity. Wait, my identity? That's beyond my control, right? Nope. Identity, being, we can see it, we can observe it, it's within our control. So here's the razor's edge, though. Take that kind of radical responsibility, yet what if we don't love the results? Don't love the results that we've created. We take responsibility. Well, that could be a recipe for blame, self-castigation. There's a weird word, don't use often. Putting ourselves down, feeling badly about who we are and what we've done, right? Blame of self can lead to shame. I'm a bad person. I suck. I created that. So the razor's edge is to take this radical responsibility for all the results with supreme self-love. That empowers us to say, yeah, how? How did I create that? What did I do? Not do. Think, not think. Say, not say. That created that. Now, part of how that conversation comes to me with you today is with the person that I was speaking with earlier. They said, how did I create that? That doesn't make any sense. I don't want to create that. I said, of course. None of us wants to create what we don't want, right? It's not logical. However, and we're not logical oftentimes. So here's the key. What we've created that we don't like, we did it unconsciously. Of course, we wouldn't create that situation that we don't want on purpose. No. However, this is the great thing. When we ask the question, we go, well, if I did, if we take that as a truth, take that as a perspective, because it's empowering, it's useful, take it as a truth that I did create that. I don't like it. So how did I do that? That opens the door, the gateway to say, okay, let's peer through the veil and look inside at my subconscious. What was I doing or not doing that just didn't work, that I wasn't aware of then, but now upon reflection, I can be aware of? So here's a massive key. This is the gold gem that I give you around this today. How to dial that up, how to really make that happen in your life. It's through cultivating the curiosity, the deliberate questioning, the deliberate willingness, desire even to look within. So we're having a conversation, imagine, and I say something to you incredibly provocative, maybe you could see it this way, incredibly empowering, maybe challenging, because I could slip into blame, you could slip into blame. I say, so how did you create that? Right? And by the way, I know this very well because I've had that question asked of me, and I go, I didn't. I don't want to admit that I created that. I don't want to see that I created that. I don't want to feel that I created that because then I suck. Right? That was the thought form that ran at some point. Now, as I've evolved with it a little bit, I'm going, ooh, okay, cool. There's some power there. There's possibility. So I say to you, how did you create that? Now, understandably, part of you might go, I didn't create it. Okay, I create. I'll just accept it as true that I create everything. So I don't know. Okay, well, let me look. Let's see. Could it be this? Could it be that? Right. As opposed to in our conversation, I say, how did you create this? I didn't create it. There's no willingness, right? There's a pushback on that. And no blame or judgment around that. It just doesn't open up the possibility to see. Put it this way. Many years ago, I was with one of my teachers, Paul Lowe, at Harbin Hot Springs in California. First time I met him, hung out with him, I was in a deep group, and he gave me feedback in front of a group of 150. One day he said to me, your face is frozen. I was like, huh? What do you mean? It's like, well, you keep this solid face. You don't give away to the other person what you're feeling, what's going on inside you. It's non-expressive. It's a way of controlling things. Hiding comes from fear. I don't remember if he said all that or not. What I do remember, though, is he said it, and I was like, oh, no, I'm broken. Oh, no. Right? And I felt so afraid, self-judgmental. What's wrong with me? Nobody's going to like me. I suck. And I remember leaving that meeting and just wanting to hide, right? Because seeing everybody's going to see my broken face, my unexpressive, frozen face. And in some ways, I didn't have any choice because I was in this group, and I have the blessing or the curse of being frugal, as my New England parents would put it, which is use something. Hey, I paid for the event. I was there. Might as well do my best with it. Do what I'm told. And for me, at the least, that meant showing up at the group, which meant facing the people. And holy moly, it was uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. Right. And that discomfort and that inquiry, that sitting in it, brought me to, it wasn't even conscious. It just brought me to some kind of awareness of it. And 2 days later, day and a half later, like something shifted. My face opened up. Now you might say, okay, enough already. Back it off. Maybe a little too expressive. I don't know. In any case, here's the thing. When we are in conversation, if we were in a relationship where I'm playing the role of coach and you're playing the role of client, right? What would serve really well is to say, yeah, how am I doing that? Can you help me see that? Right? What else? And then when I or somebody else offers you the feedback, hey, you're doing this, you're not doing that. Right? Notice, is there defensiveness? Is there agreement? Defensiveness is like, no, I'm not. That's not true. It's them. It's their fault. Right? Or some version. Agreement or overly ready agreement is, oh, that's right. I always do that. Yeah, that's right. That's me. Neither of those is really good. Either of those like fight or flight. So what works so much better is thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take it on board. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to consider it. Thank you. Or thank you. Is there more you can tell me about that? It takes courage. It takes self-love. And it is the key to power, the key to new creation. I hope that is helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. I love the fact that you're here. I love you. I appreciate you.